Hey all, weather here for liveweatherblogs.com. It's 11 o'clock, coming up at 11 o'clock, and here's Karen, what's left of her. Uh, right now, not too far away from the mouth of the Mississippi River, you can see during the visible satellite during the day, she was clearly void of any showers and thunderstorms around the center and kind of spinning around right here. Any of the convection's well off to the east and southeast of the center, and the reason why is because here's your trough right here, and you got some strong westerly winds blowing this way, blowing the thunderstorms off the top. Expect Karen to, in time, to kind of hold its own and weaken. As a matter of fact, it's weakened down to a depression now, and it will remain a depression. May even go down to 30 miles per hour, and it would not surprise me if they just, you know, stop tracking it altogether in the next day or two. But we'll see. In any case, we do have to watch it. It is definitely close to the to land, but 1,008 millibars is a very high pressure, and for a tropical system. And with this trough coming in, it'll just probably get booted to the east and continue off in this general direction. So here's the center of it right now. The storms remain on the west side, on the east side rather, and even with this right here, the models are only printing out for this area a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain over a 6-hour period. So it's not exactly drenching tropical and flooding downpours, and probably just continue to glide along the northern Gulf Coast, probably skim Apalachicola here, and then head across Gainesville, and then probably exit the coast just north of Daytona, and then kind of weasel out to sea. But it may not be the end of us talking about Karen, and I'll explain why in a moment. So here comes your trough, and this trough is going to be an interesting feature, but it's going to have minimal interaction with Karen, as we really see the trough is lifting out, and maybe this area here we scoop up maybe some of the moisture to come up the east coast up through the Appalachians, and we'll see that in a moment here. Um, in any case, here's the map I came up with. Upper air low that was with our Midwest blizzard that caused tremendous snows in Rapid City. 32 degrees the other night. Last night I was watching a 61-mile-per-hour wind gust and nearly 4 feet of snow out this area. This upper level low has kind of dropped in here, and it's going to continue to drop, and then right about as it gets to central Ohio, will start drifting and lifting out again. When that happens, it's going to leave the cold front behind. Area of low pressure wave develop along the front. One will go to Bradford, Pittsburgh to Bradford and up. And another one will follow behind it. When this one develops and follows behind it, it is at that point that this developing low in eastern Tennessee may skim off just a little bit of moisture from Karen, as already there is a south-southwesterly flow in front of us. But as the storm system gets up in here, in the mountains here, what we'll get is we're getting some flow off the Atlantic as well, south-southeasterly flow, and then maybe even east-southeasterly flow. When that happens, somewhere in this area here, Albany, Scranton, Allentown, maybe down as far south as Chester County here, maybe looking at a ribbon of 2 to 3 inch rainfalls, which could cause some ponding and rise of streams. I don't look for a major flooding event here. It's been so dry, but the ground being so dry, it may hit the ground and run off, and may cause some pretty quick, rapid rises on the streams, which could alert to maybe some flash flooding, but we'll see. Karen, the depression at this most likely moves east, and I put this out before the advisory came at 11, and it is a depression, so moves east along this right here, and then weasel this way out to sea. And then I'm going to stop the arrow here because there's a chance that we may not be done with Karen, and I'll explain. Let's go to the models here. This is the GFS here, and this is what I was talking about, what I was afraid of. You got the flow coming up here, the upper level lows lifting out in the back of the Canada. As the front comes into the Delaware Valley, Albany down to about Chester County, you get a southeasterly flow coming off the Atlantic, south-southwesterly flow. This area, we got easterly, southeasterly winds, and then west and southwesterly winds. Get this convergence here, and these purples are indicative of 2.75 inches of rain bullseye up here in, at the border, Holy, Pennsylvania, up there in Bushkill Falls area, and down through the Chester County area over to either side is 1.25 inches. So we'll see. There could be some stream rises and whatnot, but we'll see what happens. And winds maybe gusting at 30 miles per hour as we do a little squeeze play between the low departing and the high departing. But that is in no way related to Karen, as Karen's well south of us, probably exiting the coast down in Florida near Daytona Beach. So let's put this into motion here. See what happens here. As things go into motion, look right here. Look at this. This right here develop. Believe it or not, let's go slower here. Here comes our front coming in from the west. Boom. Karen's down to the south, remember. The trough lifts out, and a piece of Karen maybe lingers around to cause maybe a subtropical type low, kind of spins around here. We'll have to watch and see what happens with that. But this is the latest GFS, and it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I saw a couple of runs. We'll wait and see. Karen may be splitting into a couple of pieces with a mid-level circulation, low-level circulation. This is indicative maybe of a mid-level circulation, which could cause a hybrid system type of thing developing just to the north and west of Bermuda, and then depending on what blocking develops up here, maybe it retrogrades back to the coast. At the very least, might be some gusty winds and maybe some tidal problems along the Jersey Shore. We'll see how far west it gets before the next trough, as you see, comes screaming in from the west. So something to watch. Here comes the front. South and southeasterly flow. Big rains here some Monday night into Tuesday, and then we'll see if Karen wants to get going maybe again west of Bermuda and try to come back toward the coast. This is far-fetched. We'll see. At this time, I'm not exactly buying it, but we'll see. This is Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com, and here's the situation again. Maybe some heavy rain. I would say it's probably likely at this point. General 1 to 2 inches. Some areas may be picking up 3 inches in this general area right here in eastern Pennsylvania and maybe up toward Albany, New York. Everybody have a great night, and keep you updated. See what happens tomorrow. Take care. Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com.